Okay, so yesterday, in talking about the federal government, trade coming in. Okay, perfect. In talking about the federal government, we went over a lot of key vocabulary, right? We talked about the executive, the legislative, and the judicial, right? And we went through our presentation, and we watched a YouTube video, right? And we also played a Kahoot game at the end, where Kian was so close to winning, weren't you? But I want to know who remembers some key vocabulary like veto. Like who can tell me what the word veto means? Send the bill back, right? Anybody else? Harry?
The president saying no, is it just
Nice. Okay, so a bill goes to the president and then he like rejects it or he vetoes it. Does anybody know where it goes back to? I saw Landon's hand.
It goes back to the legislative?
It does, right? Okay, good. So who remembers which two groups make up the legislative branch? So Aubrey's hand.
The Congress and House of Representatives.
Super close. You got one. Well, you had the big term, Congress, and then she said House of Representatives. Does anybody else know the other part? The Senate. Nice. Okay, good. So they vote on it, right? And then the bill gets passed up and then goes to the president. Good. You can veto it. Awesome. Does anybody else know what a Supreme Court justice is?
Us, like the people in the Supreme Court.
Yep.
Like right under the Supreme Court Chief Justice.
Okay, good. Awesome. Harry?
And also, I remember you saying there was another word for justice.
Justice, right? It starts with the same letter. Does anybody know it?
Yeah.
Judge. Good. Okay, cool. What does the legislative branch do? Hank? They make laws, right? Legislative and laws. Does anybody know what the executive branch does? Ali?
It enforces the law.
They enforce the laws, right? So they carry out the law or they apply it. So like if we were in our school setting, right? We have rules here and the principal or Mrs. Marks or maybe myself could enforce laws like you can't run in the hallways, right? Or you can't throw your food up in the air or start a food fight at lunch, right? So they enforce those laws, right? Good. So today we are going to be showing our understanding of our key vocabulary of the government, federal government, in some assignments here that you guys will be completing in small groups or partnerships that Mrs. Marks and I created. So, yesterday was just learning the vocabulary, and today is going to be constructing our knowledge through our assignments, our completion of assignments in small groups. Okay? The first one is going to be a little cut up where you cut out the boxes and then you glue each piece depending on where it fits. So right here it says the president. Where's the president? Is he in the executive, legislative, or judicial? But that'll be for you guys to determine. And I also have a website that you guys will be able to use on your laptops that will help you out with this worksheet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, put a thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay, cool. All right, and then the second one is going to be a little bit trickier, but there's also a website that I will provide you in your Google Classrooms where you can get fast facts on this. But first, I will be showing you a quick 4-minute brain pop video that reviews some of the terms. Okay? Awesome. All right, we'll play.
It's gotta be right around here. Oh. Dear Tim and Mo, can you tell me about the 3 branches of the U.S. government? What do they do? From from Marian. Hey, lucky for you, we're in Washington, D.C. When the Constitution was drafted, the framers divided the federal government's powers between the legislative, executive, and judicial branches. The Capitol building is. I vote for you. I'm too young to vote.
I wouldn't. I don't want to be ran by a robot.
You wouldn't vote for
No, I would not vote for. And then the robot will take over the world.
Okay, you ready? Okay, so who learned something from the video? Anything? Ian? Good, okay. If the president is being unconstitutional, right? He's not following the rules of our country, right? Does anybody know what that's called specifically? Go away. Impeachment. Good, okay. So you guys are going to the state capitol in 2 days, right?
Yep.
Okay. Does anybody see any similarities or differences between the federal government and the state government? Anything? This is a tricky question. Roman, you have something?
I think
Okay, so we're talking about bills in the federal government. Maybe they could be talking about the whole nation in general. Okay, money bills he's talking about. Anybody else? Howard?
The three branches.
What was that? The three branches? Similarity, right? There's three branches in the state government and the federal government. Okay. Are they all the same names? Good. Okay. What else? Anybody else? Landon?
that looks like, yeah.
Okay, well if you guys both agree, then you guys can start gluing. Nice job.
Oh, there.
Was it one person or lots of people?
This is legislative because it says free.
Wait, what?
This is legislative. Governs laws.
Confirms or rejects the president's appointment. Stops the appointment of a Supreme Court justice.
Almost done? Okay. Okay, clap twice if you can hear me. Alright, so we are running out of time. You guys will have time tomorrow to finish your assignments. So that is okay if you're not done. These are tricky. I want to know what was the hardest part about that last worksheet. Or what was the easiest? Carrie? Okay. Landon? Everything was hard? Okay, it was supposed to be. The first one's supposed to be easier. Well, you have to be challenged, right? No. Okay, so the last couple days we have been learning about key vocabulary. Ian, paying attention? Good? Okay. We've been learning about key vocabulary and structure and function of each branch, right? So tomorrow we are going to be brainstorming potential law ideas, right? So yesterday somebody said it should be a law that everybody has to own a dog, right? In their house. That was you? Perfect. And I thought it was yes, exactly. So tomorrow we're going to be breaking up into the House of Representatives and the Senate, and we're going to be voting on laws like our government does to see if they get passed or not. So we're going to have House of Reps, Senate, and then one person is going to rotate as the president, so they can either veto that law or they can sign it, or veto the bill, or they can sign it as a law. You guys have to wait and see. But to send you guys off, I want you guys to brainstorm ideas of potential bills or laws that you would like to see implemented. And if you guys need to get feedback from your parents or your friends on coming up with some of these laws, you can. That is it. I think you guys did a wonderful job. I will collect your sheets if you're not done or if you're done. I would sign that one.
Mr. Lysis, do you want all of their sheets or just the ones that are finished?
I'll take the ones that are finished, actually. If everybody's finished.
If you didn't have them finished, just hold on to them till tomorrow.